A blessed Mother's Day, family. You know, one of my favorite memories of my mom is a photo of her and our family dog, Sophie. This photo that you see now just reminds me of my mother's love. Now, Sophie loved my mother. Sophie loved my mother more than she loved me, and I fed her. But when Mom came over, Sophie was up in her arms, and she and my mother had a love fest. You know, Mother's Day is the time of year when we remember the divine quality of the mother, the divine mother. And the quality of the divine mother is present everywhere, in everyone. Everything has masculine and feminine qualities. And the mother's love is one that we associate with nurturing, with caring, with support, and completely unconditional loving. I'm reminded of Yogananda writing about seeing God as the divine mother who never denies the cries of her children. And when I think of that description of the divine mother, it really opens my heart. It connects me to that place of loving inside. For I know that the divine mother knows all about me and loves me anyway. And you know, I have an example of a story that reminds me of that. And it was a story about when I used to be kind of bad. Yeah, I was a troublesome youth. I got into a lot. I was very imaginative, very creative. And if there was something that could go wrong, I'd figure out how to make that happen. Well, on this particular time, my best friend and I, Billy Maddox, we decided to go out and hustle bottles. And you know, on the south side of Chicago, there were a lot of bottles, a lot of neighbors, and we made some bank. So this day, we probably had made close to $1. And we found a little candy store down on 63rd Street. We went and bought a bunch of bubble gum, and this was special bubble gum because it had tattoos in it. Now, on this particular day, I had lost my mind because my aunt, who helped to raise me, had given me specific marching orders. She told me, boy, don't you come in this house with no tattoos on you, because that's just common. We don't do tattoos. So I had already been given explicit directions not to put a tattoo anywhere on my body. But on this particular day, I plead temporary insanity because I lost my mind. When my friend Randy licked his hand and put that tattoo on him, I thought, wow, that's a great idea. So I put one on me. He put one on the other hand. I put one on my other hand. Then he put one on his arm. I put one on my arm. The next thing you know, we had these tattoos all over our face, our neck. We were literally covered in tattoos. And boy, we had a ball. We had chewed up so much bubble gum. I guess we kind of had a little sugar high going. We were kicking cans and running through the neighborhood. And then it occurred to us, we had to get home before the street lights came on. And we were in a panic, like, uh-oh, we got to get home. So Randy ran to his home. I ran down the street, got in the house right before the street lights came on. And I was like, whew, I made it. Walked in the kitchen, my auntie was in there humming those spiritual songs, talking to God like she always was, cooking. And I was like, what's for dinner, Mama? She took one look at me. She said, boy, where on earth did you get those tattoos from? And then it occurred to me, oh, yeah, tattoos. I had to make up something quick. A man put them on me. She said, a man? What man? That man down there on 63rd Street. 63rd Street? Where? In the basement. The basement? What basement? Oh, Lord have mercy. Somebody done hurt my child. Let me get on this. When she called my mother, she called my uncle, called my other uncle. The next thing I knew, my mother was there, my uncles were there. The police came, and I mean, these were the police in suits, big black cars. And they threw me in the back of the car. They were like, we're going down here to find this man. So I told them, well, Randy was with me. We better go get him. So they went down the street, got Randy. He's covered in tattoos too. Took us down on 63rd Street, and we looking around. So where's the basement? And I said, well, I think that's the door right over there. Yeah, that looks like it. So they go over to the door. They knock on the door. I'm thinking to myself, we're cool. There's nobody in that basement. Nothing's going to happen. Lo and behold, the door creaked open. This poor man comes to the door, and his eyes are like big as $half. He is scared to death. He sees all these police, all these people, and they start questioning him. And so in the meantime, I'm thinking to myself, uh-oh, I'm sending this man to the electric chair. I got to do something, please. I said a little prayer inside. And right at that time, my mother took one look at me, and she said, wait a minute. Hold it, I know my child. Let me talk to him. She said, baby, tell me the truth. Now, I'm not going to whip you. Tell me the truth. What happened? When did you get those tattoos? And I lost it. I broke down. Okay, all right, okay, please don't send that man to the electric chair. I did it. We bought the tattoos. We put them on. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. And my mother loved me anyway. That wasn't the only thing that I did in my childhood, but my mother continued to love me anyway. Just like the Divine Mother loves us anyway. There is no darkness, no stain, no pain great enough to ever separate us from that Divine Mother, whose love we can always feel when we listen to our hearts, when we just turn within and call on that Divine Mother who never denies the cries of her children. And so on this day, in this moment, I'm inviting you to just take a moment, to just turn within and connect with your heart and call on the love of that Divine Mother who loves us beyond measure. What a blessing it is to remember that love and to know that you and I are the place where it shows up. Namaste, family, and a blessed Mother's Day to you and yours.